Hello and welcome back to Castle Doctrine. It has been a while. About a week and a half, 2 weeks to be exact. Though that isn't particularly exact as it's quite a range of time, especially if you're counting hours rather than days. But I digress. Here we are. I have repaired the trap. You'll notice some bits are different. I've got two windows here because some swine smashed a window to look at my kids' bodies. I'm not sure who, as I haven't yet checked the tapes, but whoever it was a swine. I've had to move the dog from here, as all of my dogs were dead. Even that one, someone had tunneled through in order just to shoot it. The swines. I'm probably going to say the word swine many times in this episode. You can count if you want. I've placed the dogs around. I've put him over here for now. Just because I replaced the dog over here, but I couldn't get the trap to work. So I've had a look over the wiring. The wiring doesn't look cut, because sometimes you need to mouse over it to really see if it's broken. But for some reason, I think the dog was getting loose and activating this switch. On that note, I think I'll just double check it by replacing it. There we go. But at any rate, I've moved it over there for now. It doesn't really do anything over there, but that goes both ways. It doesn't do anything bad either. Now, I've adjusted the system a little bit. I've increased the commitment using this switch. Now you've got to get over an electric grate as well. Again, not a very difficult thing to get past, especially at this point. If they've only activated these two things, a crowbar and a bottle of water will get them out. That's fine. Over here, I've changed this. This is you no longer need to power this again in order to get through. The power used to come up here and come down here past a wire bridge to control two powered pits. I've gotten rid of that for now. Instead, what we have is the power comes through. Oh, actually, I need to place some wood up there. Let me go and fix that. The power is coming, but I'll first go over this. Power is coming through from the power plant down here to another commitment trap. I noticed a lot of people were walking over the powered bridge because this initially started on and seeing what was to come. At that point, they could leave because you can get out of this system up there somewhere. So what I'm doing instead is once you go through this door, and it's going to be a door to start with, so they're not going to know that this is ultimately where they need to come. Once you go through this door, by walking over this, you've powered this up. And I'm probably going to extend this, well, no, I won't even extend it this far actually, because all they'd need to do is short this here to power this off. So, though by then they will have gone through quite a lot of water. It is a quandary. But I don't really want to stretch this out all the way over here because of what I've mentioned before. It will dissuade people from trying the trap. If they see this huge long line of powered grates, they're going to be really disinclined to try it. So we'll avoid that for now, at least until we've got some sort of ultimate commitment trap further up the system. The one I was talking about with dogs right from the onset, which would also block the trap from then being accessed should someone have already previously defeated it. And to that end, I've been building this out. It doesn't look like I can finish it off yet. But we're going to have the dogs coming down from up here. And I've also been thinking a little bit about possibly using some sort of cat system, which not only would the dogs be released, but had someone broken the trap and then someone else come through, managed to kill some of the dogs or whatever in order to get into the main trap. Because even if there are dogs all the way down here, they only have to kill this one and then the other one's going down in order to get out. But the main thing I was thinking is that perhaps you could use some sort of cat toggled switch that will walk onto an always-on power supply that will permanently break the power from the power plant going to the powered bridges. We'll have to look at that later. But before I try this out, because the system has been broken and in my tests it has been doing some odd things, I want to do here for when I actually make the system live again, just in case it kills me. I will be frustrated if that happens, but at least it will be on camera. I need to turn that off. Oh, that has put me significantly over the power supply. That's odd. I thought that wouldn't do that. That's a bit annoying. Oh well, I'll have to get rid of some of the wood then. But I turned that onto an always-on switch initially just to help with testing, because I was particularly only interested in testing the powered bridges whilst I was fixing them, because every single one of them had been broken. which is quite annoying. Costs quite a lot to repair. Okay, so the system should now be live. Let's just double check this. So perpetrator comes through, turns everything on. Over here, this is all turned off. If they step there, this becomes live. They're now trapped. So they need to turn that off, walk back up, turn that off, come down here, turn that on, walk over here. So the dog is trapped. Go up there, turn that on, come back down, turn it off, turn that on. At this point, they're free to go through. May as well come up here and turn it off anyway, because eventually I might get that set up so you need to. So it'd be good to still be in the habit of doing that. But initially, perhaps, I don't know. I'm fairly certain this is going to work, but perhaps I should make an escape route just in case. I'll test the trap once going live, and then if it works, I'll come back and reset that. But enough talking. It's already 6 minutes into the recording. Let's get this done. So, am I going to die? That is the big question. Question on everyone's lips, including my own. Now, interestingly enough, if I stood there, I would block this whole system for me anyway, but we'll leave that for now. Don't need to test that one just yet. Now I need to lock the dog back in. There we go. Yep, he's not loose. Good times. We are still alive. Now, that is active. Just need to release the dog one more time. And up we come. Turn the power back on. Okay, haven't shorted anything out. Let's go ahead and lock the dog back in. Just for safety's sake. Now, come over up here. Let's pretend that this wall is there. There we are, I'm locked in. But the bridge is still there. Excellent. Now, did I lock the dog in? Yes, I did. Phew. Because if I hadn't, by stepping there, I'd have just doomed myself. So, let's leave. I'll make the system active properly this time. There we go. Right, so I need to place down these walls again. And one more powered grate. There we are. Right. This should be fast now, since I know everything is working. I'm not going to be hesitating in panic. So, back up here, turn this off. Gotta lock the dog in. There we go. And there we are. The system should be live now. So, I hope the clicking of my keys isn't annoying, because it's not really something I can avoid with this trap. There's so much moving around involved. I could try to hit the keys a little bit softer, but no. Just be thankful I don't have a mechanical keyboard. There we are. Now then. Actually, let's check out our security tips. There are going to be stupid amounts of people who have tried this trap, because, like I said, it's been weeks. Well, 1.5, possibly 2. And most of the ones at the top are going to have stolen quite a lot of money. Wow. There were quite a lot of people who had tried. Lots of people. There were still people who were dying to the trap. That I find kind of crazy, considering the trap was wide open. They must have just walked into pit bulls or something. But here is where... Actually, had I reset the trap there? Because 62 people had tried. It's quite a lot of people. Ah, yes. As you can see, there has been a lot of money passing through my house. But I'm looking specifically for the one who broke the system the first time. It was an interesting break, because they intentionally ruined it. It looks like it doesn't go back that far. Okay, so it looks like our security tapes do actually cut off at some point. I wasn't aware of that. But as you can see, loads of people dying. You know, this trap has taken many, many lives, and I am kind of pleased with that, even though I left it idle for a long time. But let's check out Charles Richard Fletcher, because you earned 31 grand. Well done, sir. Let's get this playing then. And that little tweeting in the background is because I have a new gadget on my desktop. I have succumbed to Twitter, it is true. And I haven't turned off the little tweet sounds that the gadget makes whenever a tweet comes through. I will try and remember to do that for the next recording. Oh, that's the other one. Killed my dog, you swine. Okay, let's get this moving a little bit faster. Interestingly, oh no, actually it was someone else who broke it then. You just got a lot of money. The person who broke my system, let's go back and we'll have a look. It might have been the very first one, actually. The first one in the list, where they got away with like £500. I think it was someone who had seen this system, because they kept bringing someone back just with guns. I think they felt guilty. James Jeffrey Townsend. Let's check out what you do, Mr. Townsend. I think this person had watched my recording previously and knew how to get through the trap. Because they do a few things and then properly break the system for anyone who comes along in the future. You can see there, they knew to lock the dog in. So they powered the system on. The bridges are now set. And then, without turning the system off, like finishing the system, even though they clearly know what they're doing, they break the bridges, which they had to leave the bridges off in order to do. Because you can't place the ladders down if the bridge has been turned on. So they break it like that so that anyone who comes along only needs 2 ladders to get to the vault. Yes. Rather... Well, I can't be mad at them. It was kind of clever what they did. Clearly they were offended by my use of 9 traps, knowing that no one could break over that if it was just their first time through. But I think they had a bit of an attack of the guilt. Someone left a comment to this, to that end, and kept coming through with money. And immediately walking down here and throwing themselves to their doom. Or at least they did a couple of times. Like that. Eventually, they just start killing themselves on the commitment trap. But they just do this over and over and over again. So that's why this fellow made off with 31 grand. It was 31 grand's worth of tools. So, yeah. But after that, it looks like all these people who keep dying... This must have been when I logged in at some point and checked the trap and just reset it. But at that point, 62 people had tried and 39 people had died. Let's check out how they died. Because at this point, the trap is thoroughly broken. If they just go the right way, they get through. Like that. But for some reason, this fellow wasn't... I don't know what they were doing. The vault was there. I'm not at all sure what they were looking for at this point. It's kind of perplexing. And then they just hung themselves. Very odd. I think there has been 1 or 2 people who've commented saying they found my house but didn't try it. Out of a sense of sportsmanship, I think. They knew the system, so they didn't feel like taking it on. But if that person was one of those people, you didn't need to kill yourself, man. You could have just walked out. But thank you anyway. But yes, so... This is where someone made off with a lot of money. And then the people up here, this is since I reset the trap by the looks of it, and just people have keep dying. I don't know how that worked. Like, what were they managing to do? There was nothing left that could really catch them out. We'll have to have a look. They probably were walking in on dogs or something, I guess. That's the only thing I can imagine. Oh. Ah, that was still catching them out. Interesting. So, how many people did we kill with this broken trap? We still managed to kill 16 people out of 54 who tried. That's impressive, considering the trap was completely messed up. We'll just check out Joseph William Orbin. Is that Orbin? Yes, it's Orbin. Oh. How did that happen? Really? You just walked into him. Oh, this must have been the person who tunneled into the rear of the area and released the dog. Let's see if the dog is loose here. No. Oh, you've got a lot of guns. Oh. Must be someone trying to give me money again. Honestly, though, guys, don't worry about that. If you notice that I'm out of money, just leave it like that. I kind of like the risk of having to go and find the money in order to repair my traps as it is. But, actually, is this a new one? No. No, I haven't got any money in the trap system in order to get anyone in there right now, so... Oh. The fact someone has tried and not made it, yeah, tells me that this trap is... Yeah, no, it's okay. Goodbye. That's a 9-tile commitment trap. Whoever is pressing that plate is not coming back out. We need to get more than $3 in our house in order to lure some people to their doom. What's your house like? Yeah, you know what? No. Is there some way that I can get this trap to turn on? Because if there is, then I can short it out. But otherwise, no. Can I do anything? Can I... No? Why click? No. Okay, fine. Whatever. I'm leaving. I'm not going to throw myself to... Oh. That's only 312. I wouldn't mind that. Let's see if we can get some money together and get that painting. And since we're on a time limit, let's just go for an easy one. Let's try you. Gilbert Frank Johnson. Oh. That was terribly rude of me. I didn't even take your names. But I really wanted this picture. Ah, damn it, we're $1 short. That's just teasing. Come on then. Let's try Claude Randolph Johnson. Oh, okay. So this one's actually a trap. Bobby, Sarah, you have to walk past the corpse of your mother. That's horrible. Dear sweet Diane, I didn't know you well. You'd only just moved into the avenue. But now we should be able to get the picture. Hurrah! There we go. We have bought Beast by Ashley Davis. Rather nice looking beast, all things told. He's even singing a song. Though it could be some sort of crazy, demonic, discordant song. It doesn't really give me enough indication from the picture what type of song it is. Now, let's try you. Jeffrey John Williams. Okay. Mikey. Why kill the son? And leave Kristen there? Is this some sort of punishment? Kristen caught in some sort of devilish purgatory between the body of her... What? Oh, Christine. I was going to say, they named the daughter the same as the wife. That's rather odd. But no, that's horrible. Brutish, in fact. Okay. That makes no sense. Aha, okay, so we've got some sort of craziness over here. What does all of this power, if anything? Looks like I could power that off, I guess. Okay, we'll turn that off and just see what's down here. There could be dogs, and if there are, I may have to put them to sleep. I can still break my way back out. Okay. I'm not sure what all this is for. There may have been some sort of... Oh, there were probably some dogs or something in here. Perhaps. That's all I can imagine, is that with all these powered doors, it was some sort of trap to try and get someone to commit and thus break this system. It's risky because I can't see what's in there. How terrible. I need the power on, though. Ah, this may have released the dogs in order for them to come down and turn this power on. That's what I imagine. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. I could have just broken the system, because there's two ways that this could work. May have just broken the system. Yeah. Ah, damn it. It looks like... unless turning that on will allow it to work, but I don't think it will. No. My guess is that you needed to activate that switch and then turn the power back on without activating this switch, which ultimately broke the system. But perhaps... and this is a stretch, I may be able to cut into a wall and thus deny that switch power and thus reset the system. Let's see if that's possible. It may be. Let's try. There. We've broken power from this switch going down. So, it's possible, maybe, that by powering that one up there, we're going to send power back through the system. Ha-ha! Yes, we did. See, you should never give up. Perseverance will always reward you. It may reward you with death, but it will be a reward of some sort. Now, we've got 800 quid in our bank. What do we want to do with this? I'm thinking we could either work on the commitment trap over here, which I will just start to flash out a little bit, with a wall going up to about, well, I'm not sure. We'd need a cat running along there, but the cat could easily start by there and just rush straight along. No. To here. And the only thing I can think, we'd need some sort of power moving along though, which is a bit of a problem. We've got power coming up here though, so we could have this slide over. Let's think. How are we going to wire this? Because we need the cat to trigger the switch. So we could have the switch about here with power coming up from the back like that. And we don't need to make this, well, we kind of want it to be expensive though. Well, we can replace this later. We'll have wires coming down for now. They'll just run over to here. And then this will actually have to be a steel wall, unfortunately, because we want to keep the cat in. I mean, I guess we could run wires inside because the cat can run on the wires, but eventually it has to stop being a steel wall. It has to start being a steel wall, sorry, because it needs to cross over. Okay, we'll have wires running down. Again, we don't need to make this too secure because people shouldn't really be getting up here. We'll make whatever trap we're going to have for the final part of the locking the dog in about here somewhere. Maybe even in there. But generally speaking, someone shouldn't be getting up so high that they can see this part of the trap. So we've got power coming all the way down and a cat that will start here. He'll make his way across. You'll have plenty of time to do it, but I should count how long you have. Well, actually, having said that, we don't really need to count how long. Because ultimately, all we want from this trap is for it to force people to go down here. All it's going to do is release these dogs. That's all. So it really doesn't matter when that happens, because we're going to have some sort of powered door here. And a permanent switch. So, oh, well, it doesn't even need to be a permanent switch. It could be a regular toggleable switch that shuts them in once the person has walked past this point. Ultimately, what we want is for the dogs to funnel down here and for there to be enough of them that we have a line of dogs running down this way. Up to the door here, that when someone walked over this, the door shut, locking these dogs in. So that the dogs are stood here, blocking anyone else who enters the trap after it's been successfully broken from continuing to rob me while I'm offline. Because when I logged back on, I'd made a ridiculous amount of money after being offline for like a few weeks. It was something stupid, something in the tens of thousands range. That would have been nice to actually still have there. Alas, no. It was stolen from me. Now, the reason, I guess you only need about 3 wide. So there's no reason to have this all the way down here, but we could have it come out like that. And we could expand this over time if we wanted to. The main thing is to have the doors. I'm not really going to use so many dogs that this you know, that this whole thing is filled up. That would just be silly. Also, once people are over in this direction, the dogs are going to try and pile up by here. So in a way, we kind of want them all to funnel down. But I don't want it only to be one wide, because otherwise it's very easy to stop all the dogs by just shooting one, and then you break it. I really wish I could move your body, Bonnie. I hate leaving you there. There's nothing much I can do. Let's replace this with steel. No, we can't afford it. Damn it. Replace that with wood then. We are going to need to bring some power across here eventually. That will power this door. The only thing is, we really don't ever want that power to be cut, even if they break the system. But there's not much we can do to prevent it, really. Oh well, that's enough pondering. Let's get back out there and do some robberies. So we need to revalidate the system. There we go. Not that we really needed to do that at that particular moment, but again, it's a habit now, and that's probably a good thing. I do it without really thinking about it. Let's come up here. Turn that on. Now, the next part of the actual trap that we're going to be working on is the part that this is powering. The powered pits that will lead up to the last kind of puzzle section of the trap. Turn that back on. And let's not worry about that now. We can just come down here. There we go. Wow, 68 grand. 384 people have tried, 203 have died. Let's check your house out. Well, I could get back out if I wanted to, but no. And I'm not going to click that suicide button. Stupid. I know it's going to happen sooner or later. I will die for no reason other than the fact that I compulsively try to press that button every time I see it. Richard Neil Mayo. Good sleep. Oh, wow, he's walking over the body. I wasn't expecting that. I am very, very, very glad I didn't try to walk onto that body, because I was seriously thinking about walking onto it and then putting them to sleep first. I dodged a bullet there. Wow. Seems that little Amanda's corpse is not enough of a deterrent for a pit bull. We've got Johnny up there, we've got Mary there, and we've got another dog over there. 2, in fact. And I am now out of things. Let's see if we can lure them over here so that they get trapped. Okay. Now, we've got to be careful. Ah, there we are. It looks like I can just go straight in. Okay. Now whoever comes in may have a little bit more of an issue. Ooh, a gun and a crowbar. Excellent. Let's immediately put those into my backpack, because I am now very low on materials. Got 4 bottles of water. That's not too bad. We can replenish stuff with that. Now it's 28 minutes in. I think we're just going to go out and rob one more house. We'll try and make it a little bit more of an interesting house rather than the 300s, which are more or less just guaranteed wins. But it does look like we're running low on those. Stanley David Garris. 21 have tried, 7 have died. Oh, really? Go on. Get out, Rebecca. I can't see what's powered and what's not. How irritating. Can I reach? Can I just like stretch across? No. It doesn't appear that I can. Could I shoot one of these? Because that would be useful. I don't think I can though. And I really can't see how to do it. So no, we're not going to be trying that one. Unfortunately. But we really do want a little bit more money in our bank before we end this recording. Let's see. So, Mr. Garris' house is a no-go. What about Michael Todd Miller? Ah, you people! You people and your crazy things. Let's see if that eventually breaks it. Actually, I was just walking over people's bodies without a care in the world, and that was wrong of me. Zach and Andrea. Well, if your husband hadn't just like put you in the firing line in order to be able to make his stupid trap, you might have survived. Shame on him. But his house remains unrobbed. Okay, it looks like I am going to have to just resort to one of the easy houses. I do apologize. Ronald James Hubbard. You are the man. Okay. There's a cat. And some broken wires and some powered wires. Okay. Where is this all going to go? Are they dogs? That's the main question. Doesn't look like so far, but that doesn't mean that there aren't loads of them racing towards me right now. No. Okay. There we go. So we end on $694 and a picture of Beast. And 4 bottles of water, which adds about, I don't know, 4. Because they each cost 2 each. But that's it. In the next episode, I will probably have done a bit of thieving off camera to get some money. I will either have started work on this part of the commitment trap, which will be powered doors along there, and then just some dogs. And a powered door down here with a switch, just to funnel the dogs in. Or I will just have the money there so that we can work on the puzzle part of the trap, which will now be over here. But one good thing with what we've done now is that once people enter the trap, they're kind of stuck in it. Unless they've got tools to burrow their way back out, which they may have, but equally they may not. So it is getting a little bit more risky for people entering this trap. There's no easy way out anymore. But on that point, this is the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. It has been a while, and I am glad to be back. I hope you'll join me for the next, but until then, do take care.